Hi friends, it's me, Adalyn. Welcome back to another video. Today we're actually voiceover mode. I usually don't do voiceovers. I like to kind of talk as I make my videos just because that's kind of easier for me, but my audio decided to hate me and not work and be really crappy. So here that is. So today we're going to be doing Miss Deirdre's house. That's the focus. She's the last villager in the neighborhood who is yet to have their outside yard done. But before that, we're gonna go inside Maddie's house because previously I was talking about how I redid her house on the inside and how it was really cute and I was really proud of it. So here's her house. I went for a soft pastel vibe because that's very Maddie. She likes pink and purple. Those are like her favorite colors, so I figured there's not a lot of those colors on the island, so like the inside of her house she could kind of have those like colors. She was complimenting my sweater, which all of my villagers that day like seemed to really enjoy because they all kept complimenting my sweater and giving me stuff. It didn't match and I didn't wear it and I probably didn't keep it, but it's a thought that counts. Fauna also gave me her picture on this day earlier. Me and her did a treasure hunt. But this is Deirdre's house, and then to the left here, I placed just a couple items on the floor that I wanted to use for the build. I kind of planned it all out. So Deirdre has this like farmer's crop kind of thing, so I figured we can just make her a farmer. Like she can have the farmer's market, she can sell veggies outside her house and have some farm stuff. She can be like the farmer of the island. So that's the vibe we went with. I customized this wooden stool to be like a dark brown color, and I put like a red and orange and yellow like matching cushion on it because Deirdre is very fall. She loves fall. And then I did the stall in the matching wooden tone, and then I did green because green's natural and it goes with my theme really well. Also, I'm sorry the footage is a little bit laggy. There's been issues, but from here I'm trying to figure out which items I want to use and like kind of trying to think about what needs to go where, because I know what I have like placed here. I'm just trying to like process where I want everything to go. But for villager pictures, it's a goal of mine on my island to have all of my villager pictures, and so far I have Marshall. Maddie's given me hers twice because she just loves me. Bo, and now Fauna. That's 4. So the remaining villagers are Maple, Teddy, Dobie, Deirdre, Vivian. Who's the other one? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of my villagers right now. Bones! Bones needs to give me his. But I went ahead and placed the veggie basket right up front there. I felt like that was the perfect place for it. And then from here, I'm gonna get rid of this like circle path on the ground because I actually placed that there just because I thought I was gonna have like a incline going there, but turns out I can't have more than 10. I already have the max, so I'm gonna revise that, get rid of the stepping stones, which I think it ended up working out a little bit better anyways. I think the space filled up nicely here. You'll get to see it when it's done, but I went ahead and cleared that off so I could put Deirdre's farm stuff. Didn't really have a big yard or a whole lot of space to work with, so I feel like I did a good job with what we were given. But from here, I think we're going to focus on the items from now on, because I don't think there's really path placing. That was it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up all the items, put them into my pockets. I can decorate with them. But I feel like it's really hard for me to get their pictures because I don't time travel on this island. So it's like I have to play every single day and talk to them and gift them stuff. And like I do that, but it's all up to just like pure chance. But I decided to stick a simple, what's it called? Simple DIY workbench back there, and then some flowers that way, because one, I do a lot of crafting on the island since it's a no like time traveling treasure island, so that means I have to make everything that's a craftable item by myself. So I have a lot of those wooden workbenches hidden across the island just because, one, they fit the theme really well, but two, they're also like useful. Like, I know where my workbenches are at, so like if I need to make something, I know like if I'm like on the right side of my island, I have one by the campsite, so I know I can quickly access that. But I decided to put down the destination signpost because it's right like in the center of the neighborhood. You know, you have Deirdre's house, then the beach, then back there up that incline is the next two layers of the neighborhood. Then to the right you have Fauna, Bo, Bones, and Maddie. And then like, I guess like forward would be like the villager lake and like that like general area. But I went ahead and placed a big silo because I really wanted to use this item for this build, and I knew that's what needed to, like, I needed to figure out the placement of kind of like the big items first. That's kind of how I work, is like if an item's bigger or like is going to be the center of attention for a build, I like to make sure I have that placed down, set in stone first before jumping around with small details. So that's why the silo is there with not much else going on. Then from here I decided to go ahead and place a bush just to fill it in, because honestly I love bushes. I've been playing New Leaf again and it's so annoying. You can only buy 2 bushes a day, and sometimes they're not even the bushes I want to use on my island, but I buy them all and plant them all, and then I figured, you know, they can be temporary until I get the ones I want. That way I already have like bushes planted and like stuff planned out. My favorite bush in New Horizons is probably the hydrangea. What's your favorite bush? Like, we're gonna start doing question of the day. Question of the day. What's your favorite bush in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Mine is the hydrangeas. That's also my favorite in New Leaf. I think they're so cute. And then I went ahead and placed down some fencing to close in the space, so that like kind of really laid out exactly what we had left to work with. So now it's kind of like filling in this awkward gap without covering her house, because I don't want to put really tall stuff and cover her house, because I already put the tall stall on the side and the silo on the side, so I can't really put anything else tall here or it's gonna cover her house. So I like to use this stump design thingy as like just straight up decoration. Like if I place that, I don't have to put anything else on top of it because it covers up a good amount of space. So I like to do that because you can walk over it and it's just cute and it matches the theme of the overall island really well. So that's why I decided to go with that. Thought that's what looked best. Then I got my fencing back out. Decided to fence the yard a little bit more, just to kind of separate her business from like her personal life, I guess. You know, like she gardens for fun, but like she also like makes money off of it. So I decided to give her a wooden fountain and a little bucket, maybe to water her crops or something. Of course, you can't do water items without a puddle, like, so perfect. I love the puddle design. I decided to plant a white tulip because I do only white flowers on this island. And then I decided you needed like some sort of connection from the main path to the stall, so I decided to kind of do these stepping stones, which brought you to the wooden path, which brought you to the dirt path. So it's kind of just filling up space, but also making the build flow a little bit better. Then from there, I went and grabbed my vines and my weeds, good filler items. I placed down this flimsy watering can to make it look like she was like filling up her watering can by the fountain. Then over here, I don't really know what to put here because it's kind of just random. So custom designs, easy fix, the easiest fix. Nobody's gonna see it. Like, so I decided to plop a bush down just because I like my stuff to be filled out. Like, even though nobody's gonna see this area, like, I don't know. Like, I know it's there. Like, I know it's not filled out and it'll drive me crazy. So I went ahead and filled it out. Which I wanted to use the pergola in this build, but there just wasn't enough room. But I did decide to stick this wild log bench down there, just maybe for her to sit in her yard and admire her farm and be like, wow, girl, I did that. Like, this is my farm. And I decided to just add some paw prints because I thought it was cute. Like, of course, scattering weeds around. That's like the finishing touch, is weeds, maybe extra flowers. Like, if I don't know what to put in a tile, you best bet nature is gonna go in it. I also placed a flimsy shovel, so it looks like she's out there working hard. And then, of course, more custom designs on the ground. I continued with the stones, leading it to the beach for when I get that decorated, because I do love me some beach decor. Even though I hate decorating them, like, I love the way a finished beach looks. Like, I feel like my islands don't feel fully done if the beach is just empty. So while decorating them may be a pain, it's like, I feel like it pays off in the end. I like the way the island looks so much better if it's decorated. Then I decided down here was a little plain behind this tree. So I just filled it out, really. Random stuff, flowers and weeds, like I said. My favorite kind of filler items. And of course, thinking about putting in some custom designs back here in case anybody happens to wonder and be like, wow, this space is empty. Why didn't she put custom designs? Well, now nobody can think that because I did it. I'm checking to make sure all the space is filled and decided that I needed to put something else up onto the stall, but I couldn't decide what. I didn't really have a lot of stuff in my inventory, so the only thing I had that would fit up there was the decorative bottles, so that's what I went with because that was the only option. And this hand cart I actually stole from Maple's yard and ordered a new one, so Deirdre can have that and Maple can get the new one, I guess, because I really wanted it for today's video. That's how that went. I'm just trying to see if I can fit one more custom design down just because I hate it being bare. And so I put a mush circle because eventually I'm going to probably put a stool out there with like her picture on it when that day hopefully eventually comes soon. And now we're just going to take a look at the build. I'm really proud of this one and how it came out. I feel like I did a good job with the small space that was provided. I think it's really cute, and I decided to take some screenshots because your girl has to get a thumbnail of something. But I think it looks really good from this angle. I think it looks really good at golden hour. I think it works really well with like all the orange and red tones on her house. And that's her little yard. I think it's really cute. Now from here, we're just gonna kind of go and do filler because I have a lot of filler space on the island that needs to be filled out that I just haven't gotten to. So we're running around trying to figure out what I want to work on and like where I want to work on. Like, because I like to make my filler builds like usually kind of themed on something. Kind of like with good ideas, but this is the little lake for the villager yard, and then up here is literally the last space for the island. I'm planning out a rock garden up here. I thought about doing this in part of this video, but I don't feel like moving 5 rocks and waiting 5 days for them to hopefully land in the right spot. So that crosses that off the list for today's goal. But I do have some other filler areas because this big cliff isn't just like filler. Like, this is gonna be last big build on the island. I'm thinking I want to do a park here because we have the lake, and so we could do like a park, you know, like for the kids, hypothetically, the Animal Crossing kids to play. So like, not just like trees and stuff, but like actual like a slide, a playground, like those kinds of items, as well as like benches and picnics and whatever else people do at parks. I don't go to the park a lot. I've been going recently though. But now we're gonna push the storage shed. JK, we're gonna try to get some stuff for the filler builds that I need to work on. My storage is a mess, like always. I don't have any good items left at this point. I'm like out of everything because, you know, I've designed the whole island. Like, that kind of takes most of your stuff. So I'm just grabbing what I like to use for filler builds. I like to use the baby bear, the decoy duck is good, the bunny model, mum cushions, chairs, the wild log bench, just like natural things that like are nature-y. Like you can just fill the space up with like nature items. The garden wagon, that's a good one. I like cruiser bikes, the barrel, birdhouse, bird bath, those are a good combo as well. But that's for this island. Like, I feel like your filler items really do depend specifically on like your island's theme, because I feel like maybe if I'm on a cottagecore island, I'm not going to use the same items as my fillers. But now that we have our items, I know there's some filler space on the back side of the neighborhood that needs worked on. So that's this little outdoor cinema right here, which is really cute, by the way. We have this kind of awkward spot before Red's beach, and then we have the spot behind some of the houses. That's Bo's house down there. So first I decided to dig up that overgrown flower because I don't like having two flowers of the same like thing next to each other. I don't know, I just don't like it. I decided to place a bush on the end here. Nature, gotta make it filled out. Of course, my favorite filler item, this little brown circle. It's just so good, it's so good. Like, you don't even have to do anything, it's just there. It's so good, I love it. Like, my favorite. Everybody needs a code like this. Like, even like for kidcore, instead of like the round circle, the big, like, there's like a big daisy code and there's like a big scrambled egg code. Like, those work so well because they just take up space without needing like decoration on top, and I love about them. They just work like that. Then I decided to place a bird bath and birdhouse combo right next to each other, along with the mushrooms. I placed those down because of the mush parasol back there. I thought they went well with the space. Here it's kind of just plants, flowers. Maybe I'll place my last bush. That's actually the last bush. Like, I can't talk. The last bush that I had at the time. I had to go to Captain's Island to get more because Leaf didn't want to show up. I placed the baby bear by a pot that, you know, like maybe like he's eating a pot of honey. I don't know. It made sense to me. I thought it was cute. Nobody's gonna really be back there looking at it. I have this wide space to kind of work with, and my pockets are getting rather scarce, but I decided to go ahead and plant the very few trees that I had in my inventory, just to kind of give Bo's house a little background, because that's all this is. This is just behind Bo's house. Nobody's actually coming back here. And if you do come back here, you're just looking for trouble, because like nothing back here for you. But I just thought, like, he needs a little background for his house because the bare cliff is not doing it for me. No, sir. Decided to keep it in with some fences. That way nobody can come back here. Yeah, I'm taking away that right. And I wanted to place a bunny garden decoration, but it's being sassy, which I didn't appreciate. But we got it in there eventually. Then I'm trying to decide what filler things I want to close off the space. I just put a random stone. Nobody's gonna see it. Of course, one last weed to kind of close the area, and then a piece of fencing so nobody can walk there. I don't want my villagers hanging out in this tiny space, so if I block them out, they can't do that. Decided that I wanted to place another weed because no tile left behind, quite literally. That's my decorating motto. I don't know why I'm like that. Every tile has to be covered, just the way I am. And I think next I decided to place the log design that I have, you know, like the one people use to make like little bridges and stuff. I decided to use that kind of just to fill up the ground, make it look like there was a tree that fell or something. I thought it was yeah. So that's exactly what I did. And then of course Red's secret beach area still needs work, but I don't exactly have an idea for that, so we're gonna leave it and we're gonna place this fence, and now all we gotta focus on is this and down here to complete this part. But I don't have any idea like what to put here. I'm out of items and it's rough out there. It's really rough. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, do all that sweet stuff to help me grow my small channel. And I really appreciate you making it all the way to the end, and you can join me next time for more builds. We're going to do the last build on the island. Maybe we'll do like a planning video, and of course I'm working on my fairycore island as well. I was accidentally clicking the button and messing with the filters. Whoopsies. But yes, you should join me next time for more Animal Crossing content. I'd love to have you here, and don't forget to answer question of the day. What's your favorite bush to decorate with in Animal Crossing? Mine was the hydrangea, like I said. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!